And just take a little moment to close the eyes. Resting your hands onto your thighs, finding your breath. And allowing that breath to move in and out of the body through your nose. And allowing the mind to settle. The chest to relax, so chest, shoulders, upper back. The belly, lower back. The pelvis, pelvic bowl. And then your legs, so soften all the way through to the foundation of your body. Let's just take 2 more deep inhales and exhales here through the nose. And we'll prepare for Kapalabhati. So we'll take an inhale breath and off we go. Keep a nice steady rhythm going through your breath. Remember to keep all of your facial features nice and soft and relaxed. And just focusing on the movement of your diaphragm, striking back and up towards your spine, pushing the air out of your lungs. Last 3, last 2, last 1, exhale everything out of your body. Take a slow, deep inhale through your nose. Chin to chest, Uddiyana Bandha, holding the breath without tension in the body for as long as you can. Staying very present with observing eventually the movement of energy from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head. When you can no longer hold, you release the chin, you release the belly, and you come back to an exhalation. Keeping the eyes closed, soft breath back in. Soft breath back out. And again, soft breath back in. And soft breath back out. We prepare for the second round, so take a deep breath in. Spine tall, off you go, so making space with that diaphragm. Keep going, activating all those little muscles around the ribs, around the diaphragm, helping to push that air out of the body gently. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Exhale through your nose. Slowly inhale back through the nose, top of the breath. Chin to chest, Jalandhara Bandha. Lower abdomen draws in towards your spine very gently. Lungs are spacious, chest is uplifted. Collarbones are moving up towards the chin. Hold the breath. Release the breath slowly. Find your exhalation and find your inhalation. Balanced breath. One more round. Deep inhale breath. Off you go. Keep going, clearing those lungs, moving that energy through the field of the body. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Exhale. Slow inhale. Jalandhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha will follow naturally. So the lifting of the perineum will follow naturally as you hold the breath. Plunging into stillness. And then slowly releasing the breath, keeping the eyes closed. Come back to your inhalation and your exhalation through your nose. Observing the effects of the breath work. And then keeping your eyes closed, we're going to take 3 rounds of Om. So we're going to bring the palms of the hands together to the heart center. And we're going to go straight into it. Remember the sound A-U-M, Aum, as it travels from the base of your spine all the way up towards the crown of the head. We want to keep that vibration moving upwards. Take a deep breath in. head gently down to the heart. And we slowly open the eyes and come back. Nice. Let's take a deep breath in from here. Reach the arms up and start to awaken the body. Interlace your hands. Push the palms of the hands straight up towards the sky. Lift through your rib cage. Ground through your sitting bones so you feel your lower body rooting and your upper body rising. And then start to take that a little bit to one side. And as you take it to one side, ground the opposite sitting bone. And again, lifting through center, deep breath in. And coming over to the other side. And getting back through center. Inhale, we'll repeat that. Exhale, going over, grounding into the sitting bones, keeping the chest lifting. Side body long, and then back through center, and exhale. Good. One more big breath in through the middle, and then exhale. Bring your hands in front of your chest, bend through your elbows, and then push the hands forward as you drop the chin to the chest and round through your upper back. Big breath in, reach the arms back up. And then as you exhale, drop your left hand behind you, stay on your fingertips, right hand to the right knee. Take an inhale breath, lift the chest, broaden across the collarbones, and as you exhale, twisting gently to gaze over your left shoulder. And then inhale, bring the arms back up, move back through center. Interlace the fingers, press towards the sky, breathe in. And then exhale, drop the right fingertips behind you, keep the spine nice and tall. Left fingertips towards the left knee, breathing in. And as you breathe out, exhaling, gently rotating the gaze over that right shoulder. And then again, inhaling, reaching the arms up, breathe in, push the hands up towards the sky. Good, and then exhale, bring the hands down and fold, trying to bring your knee in towards, your nose in towards your left knee. Let your spine curl and round forward as you do this. Big breath along your spine. Inhale, rise, lifting the chest, breathing in. We'll take it to the other side. Big breath in, clear the front of the body. Exhale, round, bringing your forehead down towards your knee or your nose towards your knee. Rounding gently through your spine. Breathe. And then inhaling, rising back up. And then your fingertips are going to come behind you. Really prop up on the fingertips. Roll the chest open. Point the fingertips back. And just lift through your chest. Again, grounding through your pubic bone. Grounding through your sitting bones. Lifting the chest up. Chin in line with the sternum. Big clearing breath here into your lungs. And then slowly releasing and coming back. Okay, and we'll get ready to come onto the mat and come onto all fours on your mat. So hands, as we know, spreading wide through the fingertips, elbows, shoulders in line, knees and hips in line. Starting with cat and cow, just to start to move the spine a little bit. So inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting through your chin. Really tilt the sitting bones up and back. Really feel that curl through your lower back. And then exhale, start to curl the sitting bones back towards your knees, rounding through your spine, pushing the ground away through your arms and your hands. Inhaling, opening up, breathing in. Deep breath in. Exhale, round and curl. 2 more. Inhale, breath. Breathing in. Exhale, breath. Curl it out. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Round and just linger a little bit more at the top here. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. Ribs drawing in towards the spine. Neck and shoulders relaxed. And then coming back through center on the inhale, toes are tucked under. We're going to lift into downward dog. We're being pulled by 2 strings through our sitting bones. So we're going to keep the knees a little bit bent as the hips glide up and back. Feet are hip width distance. Remember to lift through the tail end of your spine as you press forward and down through your arms and your hands. Take a little bit of free movement here. So start to maybe ground one heel, right heel to the floor as you bend into your left knee. Taking a breath there. And then changing it over. Left heel grounds, right knee bends. And again, change it over one more time. Right heel grounds, left knee bends. And then left heel grounds, right knee bends. And then trying to ground both heels towards the floor, pushing forward and down through the arms and the hands. Keep the sides of the neck long. Keep the side body long. One more deep breath. And then gently pick up the heels and allow them to swivel a little bit to your left, as if you're guiding your right outer hip towards the left. Now push more firmly through your right hand, finding a nice big stretch through your right side body. Pick up your heels, inhale, come back through down dog. And do the same thing on the other side. So your heels towards the right, bend through your knees. Push forward and down through your left hand as you take your left outer hip back. Breathe into your left side body. And then slowly coming back through the center. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet behind the hands to Malasana. So you're going to come and take a squat pose. Drop the hips down, bring the palms of your hands together, and then bring your upper arms to the inside of your thighs. Lift the chest. Take a couple of deep breaths here, just put them outside. Puedes cerrar las puertas. Couple of deep breaths here, grounding through your sitting bones, lifting through the crown of your head. And then release your arms and your hands forward, drop your chin in towards your chest, and just take 2 more deep breaths here, rounding through your spine, keeping this Malasana squat. Okay, and then bring your hands onto the mat, lift your sitting bones, come to Uttanasana, feet hip width distance, staying light onto your fingertips, maybe a soft bend through your knees. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana, so lifting the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold, bow over your thighs. Just do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Heart peels forward to the crown of the head, and exhale, bow it down. Good. Press through your feet, firm your legs. Inhale, nice straight spine. Come all the way up to standing, breathing in. And then lifting the heart up into the hands and let the gaze follow. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to your heart center. Inhale, breath, arms reach up. Exhale, breath, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinging from your hips, soften through your knees, crown of the head drops to the floor. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana, lift the heart. Exhale, as you bend forward, take your right leg back and keep your right knee lifted, staying in a low lunge. Lift both of your sitting bones up and back as if they're being pulled towards the space behind you, and lift your heart forward. Ground the palms of the hands and then step back, down dog. Inhale, let's take a big lift through the heels. Roll the breath through the body, plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees and then drop the chest and the heart to the mat. Stretch your toes back, inhale breath, cobra, and then hover the hands here. So you're firming through both of your legs, top of the feet onto the mat. Hover and draw the shoulders down the back. Push the hands into the mat and then tuck the toes under, down dog. Right leg will go up and back, inhale breath. And then step your right foot forward to the inside of your right hand. Stay light on your fingertips, lift your sitting bones up and back and the heart, reach it forward. Step your left foot forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Release the breath. Find your feet into the ground. Inhale, rise. Heart lifts to the hands. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We keep going. Inhale, breath. Arms reach up. Exhale, breath, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, and as you fold, step the left leg back this time, same thing. Stay in a low lunge, hips lifted, pulling back as the heart pulls forward. Feel your legs working in towards one another. Ground the palms of the hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Hover in your plank, really pull your front body to your back body. Pull back through your heels, pull out through the crown of your head, and then slowly descend the knees to the ground. Heart and chin will follow. Stretch your toes back, inhale breath. Roll the shoulders down the back, firm the legs, and hover the hands off the mat. One big breath here. Hands to the mat, push back, down dog. Breathe it out. Grounding through your feet, grounding through your hands. Inhale, left leg comes up, breathe in. Exhale, left foot comes forward to the inside of the left hand. Keep the hips lifted. Step your right foot forward, feet hip width distance, forward fold. Push through your legs, inhale, rise to standing, breathe in. Exhale, breathing out, Samasthiti. We keep going, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow. Step your right leg back. Firm both of your legs. This time, inhale, rise up, crescent pose. Breathe in. Really lifting through your side body. Heart pulls up to the hands. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. Ripple through your spine, coming all the way through to the crown of the head, and then drop the knees, drop the heart, and drop the chin. Stretch your toes back, plant the feet, slide forward, shoulders down the back. Hover the hands. Push the hands into the mat, tuck the toes under, push back. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg up and back, breathe in. Exhale, right foot forward to the inside of the right hand. Rise up, crescent pose. Hips are squared to the front of the mat, heel is lifted. Legs are tractioning in towards one another. Side body lifting. Maybe lifting the gaze, maybe bringing the palms of the hands together. Hands come down, back to the mat. Step your left foot forward. Bow over your legs. Push through your feet. Inhale, rise to standing. Breathe in. And then exhale, hands to your heart. We keep going. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow it forward. Step the left leg back. Inhale, crescent pose. Breathe in. Strong legs. Lift through your front body. Lift through your belly all the way up into your heart. Exhale, hands come down. Step back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Swivel forward. Draw the shoulders down the back. And then again, hover the hands, but this time take the hands back in line with the body so that the heart can pump forward. Charging through the legs, lifting that energy up into the heart center. One more big breath. Make sure there's no tension through your neck. Hands on either side of the body. Tuck the toes under, downward dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, rise up, breathe in. Firm both of your legs. Lift up through your heart. And exhale, bring the hands down, step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep coming with me, keep flowing with me. Inhale, arms up, heart up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, stay true to your breath. Exhale, fold it down. We're gonna step the right leg back. And this time we're gonna swivel the back foot so that we set up a warrior one. So 45 degrees on the back foot, but the hips are staying squared to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise, breathe in, warrior one. So this time we have a little more action through that back heel into the ground and a little more action through the front of the right thigh and hip flexor. Good, stay steady with your breath here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the back heel, lift through the legs so that we can come into a warrior two stance. So swivel the back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat and then coming into warrior two. Knee over ankle, arms in line with the body. Steady your breath here. We're gonna revolve our warrior. So dropping the right hand to the right thigh, left arm comes up. And instead of crunching back, we're gonna think of reaching up. Both sides of the body lengthening. Keep the bend in the knee. And then left arm to left thigh, right arm over your head, nice and slowly for Parsvakonasana. Guiding that tailbone towards the back heel, right arm over your right ear, gaze towards the inner right arm. Good, follow that right arm all the way down to the floor. Bring your left hand down to the floor as well. And now pick up your back heel. So now your hips are square back to the front of your mat. Right hand down to the ground, left arm up, we take a twist. So keep the sitting bones lifting, heart pulling forward. And then take your left arm over your left ear through that twist. Good. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to rise up, windmill up. So we're going to inhale, lift. We're going to take the weight into the back leg for what we call Skandasana. So you can point the right toes out, bend through your knee, and sink the weight into this back leg, flipping the left toes up towards the ceiling. If you need support here, bring your fingertips to the ground so that you can lift your chest. Take a big breath. And we're going to continue this journey now to the back of the mat. So we're going to swivel and look towards the back of the mat here. So in the same
low lunge position. We're gonna walk the left hand slightly further forward, just for a little extra support. And we're gonna swivel both feet to the right. So we're gonna swivel the right toes and we're gonna swivel to the outer edge of the back foot. Then we're gonna slowly sink the hips to the ground. So if you need support, both hands can come to the floor in front of you to slowly get into that outer line of the back leg, as well as into part of the right outer hip. Lift the chest. Breathe, maybe even looking back towards your left toes. Give it one more big breath. And then slowly come back up. Breathe in. And as you come back up to your low lunge, straightening your front leg and bringing your back foot to 45 degrees. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, squaring the hips, really drawing the right outer hip back. Lift the chest. And then exhale, bow very gently over your right thigh. Remember, if your hamstring is super tight, soft bend in your right knee. One more big breath here. And then inhale, staying light on your fingertips again. Square the hips, lift the chest, halfway lift. Left hand or left fingertips to the ground, to the inside of that right foot. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Right arm swings up. As you root through your right big toe, drawing that energy back through your right outer hip to keep those hips square. Gaze is up towards your right hand. Right arm comes over your right ear. One more big breath. Good, and then softly bend into your right knee. Inhale, the same thing. We kind of windmill ourselves up through the center. Feet are going to become parallel now for Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a deep breath in. Take your arms out to the side and then exhale, bring your hands onto your waistline, cinch the waistline and fold through your legs. Crown of the head comes down towards the floor. Really firming through the outer edges of the feet, through the inner arches of the feet, feeling that lift through the legs all the way up into your hips. Softly bend into your knees. Inhale, rise. Breathe in. And then we're gonna open the left toes again, bend through the left knee and sink into that front leg. Lift the right toes back up. Gaze back. And then walk it forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, your left leg will go up and back. Breathe in. And exhale, let's come forward to a three-legged plank and a three-legged chaturanga. Release your toes back, inhale, breath. And exhale, breath, down dog. Nice work. Take a couple of soothing, grounding breaths here so that you can catch up with your own breath. Sitting bones rising, hands rooting, neck and heart are soft. Gaze forward to the top of your mat. Step your right foot forward and your left foot forward again. Sink your hips, Malasana. Hands together to the heart center. Bringing your upper arms to your inner thighs. Lift the chest. And then fingertips to the ground. Lift through your sitting bones. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Push through your feet. Inhale, rise to standing. Heart lifts. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And just take a moment to bring that attention back to your feet, to the connection to the earth. Feeling that energy pulsating through your body, that breath, that circulation. And then inhaling, reaching the arms back up, breathing in. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. I'm going to take the left leg back. And again, set up a warrior one stance. So bring your back foot to 45 degrees. So just swivel the heel. And then inhale, rise. Breathe in. Okay, make sure that you have a good distance between your legs so that that knee is not tractioning too far beyond the ankle. It should be above the ankle. Okay, and then really pressing into the outer edge of that back foot and that left heel. Heart lifting to the hands. One more big breath here. And then slowly lifting the back heel. Inhale, and then swiveling the back heel for warrior two. Exhale here, warrior two. Soften your gaze, eyes are staying soft, inner body is staying soft and receptive to your breath. Revolve your warrior, inhale, right arm comes up, lifting through both sides of the waistline. Big, big breath here. And then right forearm to your right thigh, left arm overhead. Spiraling that palm of the hand down as you gaze into your left bicep. Okay, we're going to slowly follow that left hand down to the floor. And again, we're going to pick up the back heel so the hips are square. Left hand to the ground, right arm comes up. Keep your hips buoyant, don't let them sag. Keep them buoyant, spine long, right arm rises, coming to the twist. And then bring that right arm over your right ear, reach it long as you reach out through your left heel. Good, now we're going to inhale again, find that kind of windmill action as we roll up through our body, bringing the foot in for a moment if you need it, bringing the left toes out, tractioning the knee over the toes to start to sink through that left hip. Here's where we flip the right toes up. You might be on the sole of the foot or you might be up on the ball of the foot. Just find out what's best for you this morning. And then lift your chest and breathe here. Or maybe hands can come in prayer to the heart. And we're going to follow that through by bringing the hands down to the floor and squaring ourselves up to the back of the mat. Good. Walk the hands slightly further forward, especially the right hand, because we're going to swivel the feet towards the left. Yeah, so we're rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot as the left toes swivel to the left of the left foot. So come to that swiveling action, and if you need support, both hands can come in front of you to slowly sink those hips down towards the mat. So if you feel very bunched up here, just walk the hands slightly further forward so you can get more lift through your chest. Breathing here to the right side of the body, so right waistline, right rib cage, right side of the rib cage. Maybe looking back or even reaching back towards your left foot, your right foot. One more big breath. Good, and then slowly coming back. So firm through your legs and find that squaring action to the back of your mat. Straighten your front leg. Squaring the hips again, drop the back foot at a 45 degrees. Lift the heart and then exhale, gently bow the heart over your left thigh. And remember, just keep staying true to your breath. Whenever the breath becomes erratic, we just come back to pay attention to creating a smooth rhythm, like a smooth inhalation, a smooth exhalation in and out of the body. And then slowly inhale, lifting halfway up. Bringing the right hand or the right fingertips to the floor. Remember, the hips are squared, the chest lifts, spine is long. Parivrtta Trikonasana. We spin the chest up, doing our best to keep those hips square. So rooting through the left big toe, drawing the outer left hip back. And then slowly gazing down, inhale, rise up, spin, and come back to your Prasarita Padottanasana stance. So we're back with the feet in line, toes pointing forward, outer edges of the feet parallel to the short edges of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, again, out of space as you come forward. Maybe you can grab gently just the back of the ankles. Keep the shoulders without much tension. Keep the neck without much tension. Feel the activity really coming from the firming of the legs as the spine releases forward. Good, and then we're gonna lift here. And just exploring where the hands are, how far the hands are. Can the forearms come down to the floor? If the forearms can come down to the floor, we're gonna prep for a headstand here. If they can't come to the floor, then we'll bring the legs in and we'll take the headstand by bringing the knees down to the ground first, and then dropping the forearms as we know to create that form. I'm gonna spin to the side so you can see. So the idea was to lift into our headstand from here, from our Prasarita Padottanasana stance, yeah? Dropping the head as we know, sinking through the forearms, lifting through your shoulder girdle, so shoulder blades rising, crown of the head presses to the floor as we come all the way up to the tippy toes of the feet to then start to traction the legs in and up, all the way up. And then we hold the breath there. And remember, if this is tough to come up this way, then you know what we usually prepare in class is the hugging in of one leg into the chest as the other one finds center. So I'll show you what that looks like now. Remember to keep the elbows in a little narrower than the shoulders, pressing through the forearms straight down into the earth, and really squeezing the palms of the hands together to keep that traction to the midline. Crown of the head comes to that little nook. And then again, shoulders lift as the hips rise. We walk the feet in as close as we can, and we draw one knee into the chest as our little safety net, as our little anchor that's going to pull us back down in case we tumble towards the other side. Push off very gently, maybe coming into a tuck first. And from that tuck where you're squeezing into center, reaching one leg up so that it can be your guide towards finding the midline. And then breathing here. trying your best to come out in the same way you came in. So drawing one knee into the chest, or maybe both. And then slowly releasing and coming back down. And just take a little child's pose here for a moment. Relax your forehead to the mat. And slowly rise up. From here, coming back into our downward dog. We'll finish our vinyasa from here. So right leg's gonna come up and back, breathe in. And then come forward, plank. Three-legged plank, three-legged chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, really pushing the arms straight through to the core of the earth. Keeping the elbows slightly micro bend, shoulder blades rolling down the back, lift the heart. And breathe the heart open. Nice, and then tuck the toes under and send it back. Good, and then slowly let's bring the knees down to the ground and release the toes back. Good. How are we doing? Good, I'm just gonna check in. We doing good? Okay, we're gonna just open the hips a little bit before we wind down. So from here, I'm gonna release the front of the ankles by reaching back, lifting the knees. And then come forward, tuck your toes under. Reach your arms up, take a breath. Make more space through your waistline, and then exhale, release your fingertips behind you. And then flip the fingertips to point forward, keeping the front of the shoulders and the chest open. Keep your toes tucked under, and then inhale, lift the hips and open the chest. Chin in line with the sternum again. Trying to lift those hips and clearing the front of the body. One more big breath. And then exhale very slowly, drop your hips back down. And come forward. Bring your hands in front of you again for downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Breathe in. And then exhale, we're gonna bring that left foot forward. So bringing the left knee for pigeon pose to hover behind the left wrist as you sink down through your shin. You're gonna press the shin into the mat as you curl the top of the left foot also in towards the floor. So make pressure into the ground. Walk the fingertips back a little bit further in line with your knee first. And then take your back knee, lift, and push out through your right heel to create more space in that back leg. And then just observe if your hips are nice and square. And then find a comfortable place to reground or reroot your back right knee. Feel both legs working in towards the mat so that there's a traction in towards one another, towards the center of your body, and then walk your fingertips back in line with your hips if possible. You can release your back toes. So there's some gentle work being done here by the leg, front leg and back leg tractioning in towards one another to create a lift through your spine. Take 2 big breaths. Shoulders soften, belly softens. And settle into your pigeon pose. From here, we're gonna soften it a little bit by bringing the forearms down to the ground in front of us. Palms of the hands pressing in towards one another. But then make sure that you're still lengthening out through your heart, through the front of your body. And then bringing your right forearm to the ground, right underneath your collarbone, so same line as your collarbone. And bringing your left hand to the side for support. You're gonna just take a little twist. So basically you're lengthening forward, cinching through your waistline very gently as you take your gaze over your left shoulder. Nice, and then slowly come back. Good. Bring your hands to the mat, tuck your back toes under, lift your left leg up and back. And this is a really nice transition that we were doing the other day with a really amazing teacher called Simon Park. We're going to walk the hands back and take this into a standing split, so it's a really nice release for that left hip. Reaching those left toes all the way up. And then walking the hands forward and back to your downward dog. Let's add a little vinyasa here. Last one. Inhale, roll forward. Bend the knees, drop them to the mat, chin and chest. Release the toes back, slither on your belly. Cobra pose, lift the heart, pull the chest forward. Draw those shoulder blades down your back, tuck the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your right leg up and back, inhale. And we'll come slowly forward, hovering that right knee behind the right wrist until we drop the right shin to the ground. Remember, you find the angle that's appropriate for your own hip and for your own knee so that there's no pressure in that right knee. Good. In order to avoid that excess pressure, we add the activation of the legs down towards the mat. So shin presses into the mat, toes curl in slightly. Prop yourself up on your fingertips to start to open the chest. And then let's lift that left knee up, pushing back through the left heel, opening through the front of the left hip flexor. And then slowly releasing that left knee back, wherever is comfortable, release your toes, walk the hands back. And again, feel that action of both of your legs working in towards one another so much that you could basically hold yourself up without the help of your hands. And then soften, come back to the breath, come back to the work through your inner body. Remember, the yoga is not the push and pull of the muscles. It's the subtlety of the breath and keeping that inner body resilient, but without tension. And then coming forward, coming onto your forearms and almost allowing the heart to just drape forward, sink through the arms. Let's take that into that little twist. So we're gonna bring the left forearm to the ground, kind of right underneath the collarbone. And then you can use your right fingertips to prop yourself up, giving more space to both sides of your waistline. Lengthen forward, inhale, and exhale. Take a gentle twist as you gaze over your right shoulder. And then slowly come back. Hands onto the mat, tuck the back toes under, firm through your core, lift your right leg up and back, release that right hip, start to walk the hands back in towards that left leg, and then bow, standing splits here. Big releasing breath, relax the neck and shoulders. And then slowly coming forward. And then taking a nice downward dog one more time. Really grounding through all 10 fingertips, through the four corners of the hands, spiraling the elbows in, broadening across your upper back. Keeping a softness in the elbows, keeping a softness through your knees as you root. Nice, and then bringing the knees to the ground. And we're gonna flip it over and prepare for Setu Bandha Dandasana. So we're gonna come onto our backs for a half bridge. So, okay. Do you have 5 minutes, Elena? Cool. So, bending through the knees, and then gently drawing the belly to the spine as you roll yourself back onto the ground. And just making sure that there's nothing obstructing your neck and your head, yeah? So we bring the heels in line with the knees, hip width distance. So the same distance as your sitting bones. And then you start to really spread the toes and ground through the feet. You're gonna extend the arms alongside the body and start to take more weight onto the outer shoulders, as well as keeping the curve of the neck in place and pressing through the back of the head. And then power up through your legs. Inhale, lift your hips. So let your pelvis rise, and maybe as the pelvis rises, you're able to draw the shoulder blades in towards one another a little bit more. If it's possible, interlacing the hands here behind your back as you press and ground through the shoulders, through the back of the head. We're gonna breathe here and press through the feet, lift through your hips. So you're pumping energy from the legs all the way up into the chest and heart. You want to free that chest open. So big, expansive breaths into your rib cage. And slow exhale, curl the spine down to the floor and pause and breathe. So option 1, you're going to repeat that again. Option 2, we're going to come up into a full wheel. So if you're coming up into your full wheel, remember the hand placement next to either side of the head, and to really wrap the elbows in and to shoot the elbows straight up towards the ceiling as much as possible. So you're gathering in as you press up through your arms and your hands. Good, so same actions. We're gonna lift the pelvis, take the arms back so that the chest also starts to get nice and buoyant. Bring your hands on either side of your head and then start to wrap as much as possible the elbows in towards one another. Maybe lifting momentarily to the crown of the head just to readjust your foundations, and then pressing up through the arms and the hands to lift the chest and heart. Pushing, but without fighting, so you're paying a gentle attention to the space along your spine. Remember that the breath and the movement are organic, they're not static. So give yourself some room to breathe, to move and explore in this heart opener. Holding for another 3 breaths. And then chin to chest, gently coming back down and releasing. And as you release, the feet will go wide. The breath will soften at the belly. And you can just let your knees drop over to one side. Windshield wiping the legs and to the other side. And again, windshield wiping over to one side. And to the other side. Good, and then bringing both knees into your chest for a moment. And just rocking yourself up to sitting one last time before our Shavasana. So let's extend the left leg forward, bringing the right knee into the chest, taking a deep breath in as you lift your spine. And then exhale, drop the right knee out to the side. Remember, if you have any issues with that knee, please prop that knee up with a cushion or with a block. And Janusirsasana, side body long, but let's get into a little bit of a twisting action here so that the belly button, it comes more in line with the center of your left thigh. So right arm will reach up, inhale, and then exhale, almost wanting to reach for your little baby toe of that foot. Both hands can come forward or one hand can stay on the side for support, whatever feels most natural to you at this point. It's the end of the practice. So you're just going with your internal feeling. Softening, softening, softening. Much more aware of every little detail inside your body. Every little action, every little movement of energy. And then inhale, halfway lift. And before we release that, just walk it across a little bit further. So really finding a lot more space across that right QL. Inhale and exhale. Take an extra breath there, bow it forward. And then inhale, coming back up. And we'll change sides. Bring your right foot forward, left knee into the chest, drop the left knee to the side, sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. And again, rooting through both sitting bones evenly, bring your left arm all the way up, inhale, and then exhale, reaching out towards your right baby toe, forward fold. And just let the sound of your own breath be the guide towards your own sense of center, your own sense of stillness and calm. And then lifting the chest and just going a little bit further. It's just a little exploration, really rooting through the opposite sitting bone. Breathe. And then coming back. I'm going to bring both feet together, soles of both feet together for Baddha Konasana. Remember that if you want to intensify this opening a little bit, you can bring the pubic bone closer in towards the heels. We're going to start first by just finding a really nice lift through the spine. So you're grounding through both sides of the pelvis. And the heart lifts here. You can hold the feet, maybe even draw the feet open like a book. And then allow the inner thighs to descend, the knees to descend as the heart ascends upwards. And from that nice spaciousness, then maybe you can start to explore a little bit of the forward fold, allowing maybe the forearms to drape in front of the shins towards the ground. And feel it out. What do you prefer today? Do you prefer to try to keep finding quite a lot of length through your spine? Or does it feel more appropriate to find more release by really rounding through the spine and curling the forehead to the toes? Good, and then inhale, rising up, breathing in, and exhale, bringing your knees together, and then bringing the legs forward. We're going to come back onto our spine and start to get ready for our final relaxation. So when you come back onto your spine before you settle into Shavasana, if you need to rock a little bit from side to side, just get any extra tension out of the lower back, feel free to do so. Or even if you feel the need to just take a gentle twist. And other side. And then coming back through your center, letting the feet drop, feeling that you're well supported through the back of the pelvis, that you have a nice spacious support across the shoulders, and then letting the arms rest on either side of the body, palms of the hands facing up, and then reaching those legs forwards, maybe a little wider than your hips, for Shavasana. And then it's an observation of the movement of the breath here, how the breath settles and softens, and how your body follows that softening. Release the full weight of your legs. Release and relax the lower back, the belly, the upper back, and the chest. Release the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. And again, softening all the facial features. Maybe a gentle smile across your lips.
welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as your body pleases. And to come out of your Shavasana, you will start to find gentle movement in your hands, your feet, your toes, your fingers. You'll deepen the breath and maybe reach the arms over your head. And then rolling to your right side. So bring the knees in and rolling into a fetal position on your right side, resting there for a couple of breaths. And then slowly coming back up through your seat. And finding a nice cross-legged seat, finding center, back where we began. And simply close the eyes and observe how you feel after your practice. How does the mind feel? How does the body feel? How does the heart feel? And we honor this simple act of being able to slow down, to tune into ourselves, to come to our mats to practice, to connect with one another by bringing the hands together to the heart. And we will finish again with 3 rounds of Om. So take a deep breath in. Giving thanks, we bow the mind to the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me this morning.
Thank you, Sarah. That was nice.
You're very welcome. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for that practice. It was a group class that we were doing online, but I wanted to film it and just put it out there. I'm not sure if the quality is great, probably not. The light's coming through the back of the windows. It'll get better, but if it can be of help for you guys to move for about an hour, then I hope you enjoy, okay? Thank you.